You're not gonna tempt me. You'll never forget me.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hello.
As you can see in the title, we are here to talk Temptation Island, the season finale, the final bonfire part 2, and the after season reunion, which was fire, and we will get there. Just off the top, if you haven't seen it already, which I hope you have, we had an interview with Mark Walberg, host of Temptation Island, also special guest Ray Rock for about the first 3/4 of the conversation. Amazing guy. I am not underselling it. We've never said this, but it's a must watch on the channel.
Yeah, because it was like a part of our mission statement in the beginning of this YouTube page, and look at us now, Bill.
Babies and Mark Walberg. Things are going great.
Yeah.
But we do have some business in hand here. We do want to cover the finale here and the bonfire. So quickly, and the reunion. So I'm going to quickly go over the results. Lascelles and Ashley was our cliffhanger. Lascelles definitely probably came out looking the worst out of anybody for the combined 2 hours, in my opinion. Ashley changes her mind as Lascelles is about to dump her, which I thought was hilarious. It was like, you can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah, 100%. Like he like an hour-long podcast on just his stuff. Dude's got dirty laundry.
And we will get to that in the reunion. Anya and Ash craps all over him. Anya is very apologetic and honest, still tries to propose.
Dude.
And she obviously says no and leaves the island alone. But we will find out some other stuff about Taylor. Also kind of a dick. So we will get to that in the reunion. A lot of things came out in this reunion.
It was really good. And I think, well, even if you guys watch our Mark video, he said it was the best one yet, and we agree with him.
100%. And finally, but obviously not least, Luke and Iris had an honest conversation and they got engaged. So I was happy for them. My preseason bold pick of all 4, not making it very close, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah.
The reunion, Bri.
Give it to me.
When they started the reunion, Mark goes, "How are we doing?" And it cuts to the couples and no one said good.
I know.
Luke and Iris were like fine, but like everyone was like, literally went,
and he was like, this is awkward. It's like, oh boy, here we go.
We knew right off the bat it was good. We did find out some of the singles are dating each other. Blake is actually dating Madeline, so that was cool. Mark was genuinely popped for them.
Yeah,
that
awesome.
Was great moment.
That's what I love about him, man. He like cares, and like he was surprised, and it was just like I'm the camera on him too. It was just like, it was great, so good.
Lascelles, really tough to listen to, man. I'm not here again. We always say on this channel, we are not here judging people. Can't imagine trying to put yourselves on one of these shows and going through this and having to be that vulnerable. But what was painfully obvious is this guy doesn't know what he wants. And he also, combined with wanting to have everything, having the classic, having your cake and eat it too. But it turned out he wasn't just doing that with Trace and with Ashley. Apparently, he also went and hooked up with who was this?
I don't remember her name.
Alexa.
Yeah,
which was like a week or 2 before we went to visit Trace, and they obviously hooked up.
And she's the one who dropped the bomb, and like you could just tell in that room when some of the things that were said, you could cut the tension with a knife right then and there. It was insane. I felt bad for Trace.
There was some genuine hate go in that room for people. You could see it. Some people professed. Ashley told Luke to his face that I hate you. That was wild. She was lashing out from the back.
She came out guns blazing.
She was lashing out a little bit, and we'll touch on her in the reunion because we will talk about the stuff with Taylor. But Mark called out Lascelles and Trace, and I appreciate that because it's like, you can't say I love you. Stop saying I. And that's music to my ears because we've been screaming that all season. Stop doing that.
Yep. It's just good to agree with a legend.
Where great minds think alike.
Yep. You guys look the same in that video, by the way. You both had glasses on in the beginning.
It's so funny. Lascelles tried to reach out to both Ashley and Trace, and his classic line was, "I thought I was a good listener."
Right, and proceeds to answer immediately. Just a bad look, man. It was like that was like the one of those levels where it was like cringe. The
Well, it was
cringe
cringe
level.
because he hooked up with Alexa in front of multiple other cast members,
Yeah.
and he just straight denies till he dies, even though multiple people saw. He said, "I didn't do it." Then he said that she kissed me, and then she made a great point that he's like a foot taller than her,
Yeah.
so there's no way she could just kiss him.
Right, exactly. It's just trying to like all the deflections you can do, and none of them were working. They had like a counter hit for everyone.
He deflected as many bullets as Sonny Corleone.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
so like his final the best. My favorite part with Lascelles though was the final line when Mark's like, any final thoughts or anything about this? And he's like, yeah, I can't trust Alexis with anything.
Wait, let me rephrase.
Mark shut him down so hard. He's like, are you really going to say your last word is just a shit on this fucking girl?
No, I know, man. It was. It made Kendall last season.
Oh my God.
That level of awkward.
Oh my God. I was dying when I watched it because I watched it like first thing this morning to prep for the
Same. Me
Mark
too.
interview. We're recording the same day as the Mark interview, but that will drop before this. And just so funny, like all-time moment. Another all-time moment with the Mark thing is that Brian and I both showed up with Hawaiian shirts on unorganized.
I know,
like,
and my wife talked me out of it. I was just gonna wear polo. She's like, I think you should wear a white shirt. I was like, you're right.
no, I was like, I literally changed right into the Hawaiian shirt when I came home from work, so it was perfect.
Yeah.
Edgar and Gillian, I am so sick of Gillian, dude. She looked like she was prepping for this for weeks. She was going so ham on him. Yeah, Edgar is kind of an F boy in certain ways, and he dumped Marissa right away when they got off the island.
Idiot, man.
But she wanted him still. She's on the hook, dude.
And I can't tell you why that guy is a bitch.
I also was very cringe, and Gillian did make a good point where she was like, God, I was watching you, and like he was giving you the same nicknames that he gave me.
Dude.
That's cringe.
Yeah.
That's cringe.
Yeah. He's a no. Me and him would not get along. And we said this before in our early episode, but we would not get along.
No. Anya and Ash. I said this to Mark, man, and Anya, first of all, great haircut.
Yeah, he looks
way better. Way better. He looked homeless before.
Yeah.
But he was almost being too apologetic and self-deprecating. Like Mark had kind of said, it's like you can't make up for all the bad with all the good. You can't just try to be a better person. And it looked like he was just trying to suck up all the hate from everyone and eat it and be like, you're right. And they're obviously friends still, but she doesn't seem very happy right now either. Like she looks like she's got some growth. And part of that has to do with Taylor, who obviously was kind of a dick. And they said when they left, he gave her a fake phone number.
I've had a fake phone number given to me of someone that wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, but like that's such a
there's
Instagram and Facebook and like
exactly.
They're gonna find you.
I know. Dude, like I don't know why these people can't just have an honest conversation.
The passive aggressive stuff's got to stop.
Yeah,
it just got to stop. Luke and Iris, seems like things are going good. Apparently he's paying for meals now, which is a big improvement for him. I completely had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like him though.
I wasn't a huge fan of him either, but like he got covered up by a lot of other bad like Lascelles and Hania.
And he never hooked up with anybody or got too into anyone, that which really saved him.
Yeah, was it just Ash that didn't like him? Or was there other people?
I just get the vibes that it may like kind of be a thing too. He could probably be a little, I mean, listen, like if he had those kind of practices before, like the dishonesty and like being cheapskate and stuff like that, like that's not going to fly with a lot of other people, I'm sure. And I bet if you were to like, I mean, again, you got to remember those the other couple guys that were in the couples, like you said, had some shit going on. They weren't even had time to even hate on Luke. Like they all like had some. Lascelles was telling 17 people he loved them. You had freaking Anya just being delusional, and you had Edgar writing poems the whole time.
Right, poems and complaining about. I cannot. Back to Edgar. I can't. They talked about the promise ring again.
Oh my God! Stop talking about the promise ring.
Yo, and like, was it Paige? Luke. It was Paige and Luke that were like kind of an item in there, right? Was the name Paige?
Yeah.
when that one scene where they're like, "Oh, my penis is getting like I can touch your penis," I was just like, this is so weird.
Was it the Lascelles part?
What's that?
You talking about the
Oh,
Lascelles
no,
part?
I'm talking about the Luke part, but the Lascelles part was just as bad. Oh,
Yeah, but she
we're
went in
checking.
there and he's like, it gets bigger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the checking if the pipes work. It was that one was more
Oh,
funny. The one that with
God.
Luke was like really weird to me.
The whole thing was crazy.
Yeah.
But
There's got to be more than that stuff too,
there's
Bill.
got to
That's
be
not
more.
on TV. That would be like
We
the
need more
outtake.
info from the singles, and maybe we can get some of the singles on. We'd love to have anybody, if anyone's watching, open invite for anybody, singles or couples from the show. We just love to learn way more about it and just some of the fun interactions and untold stories of the island. Um, we love the season. This is one of our favorite shows. Obviously, everyone knows we are big fans of Mark. Ray Rock has become a friend of the show. Ray Rock's going to be coming on other episodes and stuff, and he's just going to be a kind of a regular person to hopefully be around. And we're going to get more of his story and stuff that he's got going on. He's definitely got some projects and things he's teasing on social media. So we definitely want to be able to help him build that platform up as well. And besides him just being our friend and a good dude. But thank you for everyone who's been watching, commenting. Everyone's been really participating with this coverage. So we really do appreciate that. Check out everything else we have going on in the channel. It was a lot of finales this week, as long we had Survivor, Courtship, The Circle, but there are some shows still going on, like The Challenge we cover, and other things coming up in the summer. We haven't committed to shows like Big Brother, Love Island, things like that, but we're going to at least check them out. There will be coverage of The Bachelorette when that comes back in July. F-Boy Island will be coming back. Any type of other challenge seasons will be there for it. So just pay attention to the channel and you will not miss a thing. But for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.